Hello, I am Chuang. Let's draw an alligator snapping turtle, a ferocious primitive turtle species. It looks like a hybrid between a turtle and an alligator, shaped wild and weird. There are many large and small protrusions on its carapace. Although these protrusions make its carapace unlike common turtles at first glance, the basic structure is the same, consisting of 5 vertebral scutes developed from the spine in the middle, and 8 pleural scutes modified from its ribs arranged on both sides. However, unlike other turtles with a smoother carapace, each scute of its carapace is relatively ridged. It also possesses some unique features, such as its head being too large to be retracted into its body. Its mouth is huge when it opens. This mouth has a powerful bite. Generally, it will adopt this posture to fish. To emphasize this distinctive feature, we can depict it with its mouth wide open. In addition, what distinguishes it from common turtles is that it has a long tail with many bumps and scales, like an alligator's, while other turtles all have short tails. Now, let's get started. Compose the picture first. When drafting, we can use dotted lines to show the positions of its various body parts. Its head comes first. We put its head into this range. Its head is very large and cannot be retracted into its body. This feature differs from many turtles. The shell probably extends within this range. And, unlike many turtles, it has a long tail. Draw the shape of the long tail first. Then, there are its forelimbs. Like many turtles, its forefeet has forward-pointed joints and very large soles. Then comes the other forelimb. This sole can face backward. Its hind limbs are basically covered inside the shell. Generally, what we see about the hind limbs are the huge feet. Then, let's illustrate the details part by part. We can start from its beak. Its beak is very sharp, resembling a parrot's, with a sharp tip in the front. This lateral side is blade-like. Its lower jaw is also like this. Let's draw its mouth wide open. Then, draw the other side. Draw muscles at the corner of its mouth. It has a small tongue in its mouth that is shaped like this. A wild alligator snapping turtle will open its mouth in the water, use its tongue as a lure to attract fish to swim into its mouth, and then close its mouth to feed these fish, so its tongue is one peculiar feature. Let's move to the side of its head. The side and the top of its head will form a triangle. Its forehead is somewhat broad, and the outer line can be drawn thicker. Its eyes are located above its mouth. So, we've got the front half of its head. The snapping turtle's eyeball is large, but the exposed part is tiny. We can draw a highlight here. Here, on its mouth, we can draw 2 tiny nostrils. Then, there is the top of its head, composed of many large scales. First, a large, nearly circular scale is in the middle of its head. We can use a very light line to draw it. A radiating pattern is situated in its middle. Let's show it like this. Around this scale, we can add some large and small scales. Behind its eyes, we can also draw many large scales to make this snapping turtle look tougher, which is also a great feature of this animal. add thick muscles to the jaw to give it a powerful bite. Inside the mouth, we can cast some shading. Now, let's move to its forelimbs. Draw from the forelimb on this side. There are 5 fingers on its forelimbs. The first is the shortest, and the other 4 are slightly longer with longer claws at the end. The backs of the fingers have circular folds made of skirts. We can also draw folds like this on the arm. In the middle of each fold, we can draw a structure to represent the skirts. Its hands also have rows of large scales. We can first draw rows of shapes on it, and then draw folds. This side can be shaded. The same goes for the other side. The hand and the fingers. Draw some large scales on the arm. Next, let's draw its feet, which have 5 toes. The first one is somewhat shorter. Each foot has huge toenails and a total of 5 toes. Its foot is webbed with an apparent skin membrane used for swimming. There is relatively loose skin on the posterior of the feet, which can also increase the foot area for swimming. We can also draw some wrinkles on the ankles. Then, let's draw its tail. We can use a solid line to trace the drafted tail. Then, we can draw its tail into a segmented circular structure, which is also a prominent feature of snapping turtles. Each segment possesses 3 relatively prominent large plates. To avoid messing up the drawing, we first draw the midmost row of large plates. These plates are almost triangular when viewed from the side, like those of a crocodile. This is also an important reason the alligator snapping turtle got its name. Draw a set of smaller plates along each side of this large row. Next, we will draw the shell part. Although its shell appears greatly different from many turtles, it shares the same general structure as mentioned earlier. Its carapace body, excluding the surrounding marginal skirts, comprises 3 parts. First, use a dotted line to draw the middle spine, and then the ribs on both sides. The carapace mainly comprises these 3 groups of structures: the spine in the middle, the ribs on both sides, 4 on each side to be precise. The spine in the middle develops into 5 skirts. We first divide this part into 5 equal segments, and process each into a diamond shape. Draw this part of each segment into a sharp corner. This is the featured structure of the spine of all turtles. What distinguishes the alligator snapping turtle is the sharp spikes in the middle. We should show the tip of each spike, which may point in this direction. Then, We can connect these lines to clearly present the snapping alligator's structure. Draw these lines solid so that the snapping turtle's back will tower up like a pyramid. The same goes for the two lateral sides. Draw the four surrounding skirts more clearly. Here at the back is the ridged highest on its back. We connect the lines like this. So is the other side. Next, we draw the skirt-like structure, making the marginal skirts narrower and denser. We are not sure of its specific numbers. On this skirt, draw some textures in this direction. Draw squeezed flesh on the bases of its forelimbs and neck. The sizable visible skin and flesh of the alligator snapping turtle are squeezed out by its shell. We can present an appearance like this. Then, let's draw its small plastron. We can only see a little part here. Lastly, draw the skin and flesh on this side. Good. Like this, we've finished drawing this alligator snapping turtle.